What a start to Q4. The first week out the way. What a week that was indeed. I'm here to cover what happened last week, what we can look out for this week, and how we can all capitalize on this together. What is going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Hope you've used your weekend wisely. Monday is around the corner. The markets are open soon in a few hours. And yeah, we all get our lives back. All right, we all get our lives back. What a week it has been. Last week, we had a very, very good deep dive across the yen pairs. Towards the close, we had most risk assets taking a dive. Gold back below 1700, S&P, Dow, and the Nasdaq over 2-3% on each index. So volatility has finally returned. Q4 is set to be a very, very volatile one as the Federal Reserve instills the fact that they are going to continue raising rates on their current path. And that, friends, provides us with loads of opportunities, right? Loads of opportunities. There is no excuse, right? There is no excuse with such great volatility, with such good knowledge. If you subscribe to this channel, there are endless opportunities for us to be capitalizing on right now. So without further ado, what you're all waiting for, chart breakdown, what I'm looking out for, how we're going to make money this week. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Do match it in line with your own analysis. Stay tuned in this video for the rest. And yeah, let's kill it. Right, dollar, as you all know, is the forefront of my analysis every day, every hour, every week. I want to know where dollar is, how I can use that to my advantage. Everything is correlated, right? Everything is correlated. If you know where dollar is, you know where everything is. And that is pretty much your secret, right? Well, my secret, and I'm sharing it with you. So dollar right now, extremely, extremely bullish, back above that 112 handle. Looking at that on the weekly time frame, right? I'm going to get to the positive and negative thing in a second. Looking at that on the weekly time frame, we've had a beautiful inside bar, right? I made a YouTube video on the inside bar. Go check it out. An inside bar is when you have an impulsive move in a certain direction. Your job is to look for an area of interest within that range. So I'll show you that now. Within that range, right, to go ahead and jump on the back of that. So beautiful little retracement within that range before the overall continuation in that direction. Looking at that on the 4 hour, let's get rid of this range for a second. Looking at that on the 4 hour, price came beautifully into 110. Right? If you go back to my YouTube video last week, you'll see how I covered 110 and the importance of waiting for that correction. So we had Fed member Daly this week announce that she doesn't see the Federal Reserve cutting rates throughout the whole of 2023. This has removed any fear and uncertainty of there being any Fed pivot. What a pivot means, that means that they will slowly but surely unwind all these interest rate hikes that they have been doing. They can't afford to do that, right? They can't afford to do that at all. So dollar remains firm across the board. That being said, on Friday, we had non-farm payroll, just reinstilling how strong the labor market is. That there again has increased the probability of a 75 basis point rate hike for the Fed in November, as seen over here. Feel free to pause the video to read that. Now, dollar, where do I see this going? I do see a revisit of 114 this coming week. Why I say that is, as the market keeps on pricing in a further reaction from the Fed, we are going to see that lift in the dollar and a further sell-off across broad risk assets. So the first risk asset I'm looking at is the Dow. Beautiful little retest last week. I mean, look at how clean that is, right? An area of value that was previously held up as a level of support turned their resistance. So that was a beautiful little breakout retest. And there again, you know how I love my fibs, right? My Fibonacci is everything straight into that golden zone area on the fib, on the Dow. The S&P 500, the exact same thing, right? The exact same thing. We came back into an area of interest, right? Let me draw that correctly. I've got what is known as chart OCD, by the way. I love making sure my things are correct on the charts. So straight into that 61.8, 78.6 area. Now, what am I looking for going forward into this week? Any little retracement, right? Any little retracement on risk assets, I'm looking to sell that strength. I'm looking to sell those rallies because the overall narrative does not stem for us buying anything. It stems from us selling every little rally that we have. Equally so, the same thing in gold. We saw that break back below 1700, which was so crucial. Lower time frame entries last week stemmed for us to sell this, right? We had that initial, let's move that to that high there. We had that initial breakout retest over there, straight back into a key area of interest of 1725. This is something that we run through on my live London sessions, and we had that sell-off straight into 1693. So beautiful little follow through there in terms of risk. Looking at this on the 4-hour, what would I suggest that you wait for going into this new week? I would say very similar to what I expect with the Dow Jones and the S&P. If we are looking to sell the rallies, got to do the same thing on gold, right? Same thing on gold. Any little correction in gold, right? Sell the rallies, because what do we have here? We have what is known as an inside bar, folks. You see it again every day, every week. There are these positions in the markets. You just got to find them. So gold into 1706, and I'm happy to short. S&P 500, just to finish that one off. 3700, I'm happy to short. Dow Jones, very similar. Any rally into 29,700, I'm happy to short, right? So anything into that area, I'll add an alert on that one with you all so we can all capitalize on that together. With that being said, as dollar remains bullish and I remain super bullish on dollar, the short opportunities arise on the likes of euro. I mentioned euro last week from the 99 to parity region to short from. And there again, beautiful lower time frame entries, right? Such clean lower time frame entries. The same thing this week going forward. I would just say look for a key area of interest that hasn't been retested yet of such. And any little rally into that, I'm happy to sell that strength, right? I'm happy to sell that strength. My sort of position would look like anything along the likes of a reversal or a slowdown at that price. And I'm tucking my stop loss 20 or 30 pips above the high. And I'm looking to run this back to the 95.50 lows. So you're looking at a massive risk reward there should that trade come through. And that is a well in the 200 pip area of a target. Aussie, same thing. Aussie sliding off. Nothing really to write home about on the Aussie. Cable on the other hand, straight into 114,500, right? Such a beautiful area. Straight into that level of previous support and resistance. I spoke about this on my video. Go check it out. It is such a crucial area. And yeah, lower time frames stemmed for a beautiful breakout retest scenario there when we used our fibs, right? It's there. It is there. This week, I will be opening up 10 spaces for my live London session calls. If that's something you're interested in, I'll put my WhatsApp number in the description below. Message me. Tell me why you feel you want to be one of the 10. I'll review your application. Tell me a bit about your trading. And yeah, we can go from there. Right. GBP USD this trading week, very similar thing. If I can get any correction into an area of interest, very similar to the euro trade, I'm happy to sell the rally. So any little pushback into 112, a nice little round psychological level on cable, then I'm happy to jump back into that one. That's pretty much it for the majors. Looking at the likes of dollar yen unfortunately screaming higher off the back of a firm dollar, right? A firm dollar overtaking that strong yen. The strong yen witnessed in the likes of GBP, JPY, providing endless opportunities last week, right? Endless. It's not about what it is, it's about where it is. So a key area of interest will always hold preference over the overall region that it is trading at. So keep that in mind. Euro yen, beautiful trade, right? Beautiful trade. I can't complain about this one at all. We are currently in this position, floating around 150 pips in profit. So if you did take this trade, very good job. I did a full market breakdown. I'll put it over here, right? Go check it out. I've done a video updating this trade. And yeah, the bias is still the same. I still expect this to crack a lot lower. My overall initial target is 139.50, and then if we could hit 138, it's a massive, massive, massive trade. So yeah, Swiss yen, the same thing. I gave this trade last week, my live London session calls. You know, the market is providing us with such good opportunities right now. We have to use it to advantage. We have to. There is no reason for us to complain about a recession, complain about higher prices, complain about everything if we're not doing something about it. So Swiss yen, the same thing. I still expect further downside. What would I expect this week? Sell the rallies, right? Sell the rallies. Crypto is the same thing. We had that initial sell-off last week, straight out of these equal highs on Bitcoin. Bitcoin being the market index right now. If Bitcoin moves in a certain direction, the market pretty much follows. So for myself, I would say any little rally that happens in BTC, I'm happy to sell. Right, I'm happy to sell any little rally on Bitcoin. I just feel it is about time that this level of support breaks. Right, this level of 1900 has to break. It has to break. Too many people are trying to go long from this level of support, and it is just a matter of time once this breaks. Once this breaks, it's going to be a landslide. It's not looking pretty at all. Right, it's not looking pretty at all. We could see the likes of 15K very, very quickly. That'll be from the current market price, about a 20% drop, which isn't difficult for Bitcoin, to be honest. So keep that in mind. You obviously got XRP quite bullish right now, as there is rumors that the SEC case is being resolved. It'll be great if it happens, but as I said last week, any little push into 35 cents start, in my opinion, I'm going to start averaging back into this again. Ethereum, the same thing. I do expect Ethereum back to 1,000, anywhere between 1,000 and 850 on a token. I feel is viable to start averaging in, but we're still very, very far from a bottom in the market. So don't put, all your money that you have into this, hoping that next week it's going to 10x, because it's more than likely not going to happen. But that's pretty much it from me, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Today is simply reminding you that dollar is king. If you know the direction of the dollar, jump on the back of any little rally that you have. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please do note, everything I do share is not financial advice. It is simply my opinion and what I personally do on a daily basis. As I mentioned before, I'm opening up 10 spaces for my live sessions. So go message me. Tell me about your trading so far. Application only. I'll review that, and I'm accepting another 10 people this coming week. Hope to see you on the sessions. And like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll put my Twitter handle over here. Follow me on Twitter. That's pretty much my only social media handle I have right now. So go check it out on Twitter. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.